Yeah, I think being part of the Marvel universe wasn't something I'd ever really pursued per se, but when this came along, I was really excited to learn more. And Kate Herron, our director, pitched the whole 6 episodes to me over the phone in about 2 hours, which was kind of mind blowing to get my head around the scope and scale of the TVA and this whole new element of the world. But yeah, and then the idea of being a part of a Loki show, an anti-hero, a mischievous character that everybody knows and loves, and to be able to see, new layers to his journey was really cool. And then my character, Ravonna Renslayer, a character I wasn't necessarily familiar with, but understanding that she's a judge, she's authoritative, she's respected and powerful, and she has sort of morally, complex decisions to make. I don't know, I found the whole thing really intriguing, and also just the chance to do some action, some fights, some more physical, comic book kind of stuff, was really enticing as well. So what attracted me to the part of Ravonna Renslayer was really the fact that this is almost her origin story, if you like, and she obviously has a whole life in the comics, but for me to be able to play a judge, this authoritative figure who's powerful and respected, I hadn't really played a character like that before, with that kind of gravitas. So I was excited for the challenge of that, and also the fact that she has this backstory as a hunter coming up the ranks from a military background. So knowing that she, is tough and has really, risen up the ranks through her own sheer grit and determination was really exciting. And then just also the dynamic with Mobius, Owen Wilson's character, I thought would be really fun, as she's his boss essentially, and he's sort of this maverick agent that has these sort of harebrained, more sort of reckless ideas, and she's always trying to sort of tow him to line, and with the timekeepers as well. So I thought there was just a lot of scope for some fun dynamics to play. It was so great working with our director, Kate Herron. She's just amazing. And what was wonderful is that she is directing all 6 episodes. So it was really cool to feel like we were essentially doing one long movie. Sometimes in TV you have different directors, almost every couple of weeks. And with this, Kate really was the vision, and the vision was, from her from beginning to end. So that's really great as an actor to have that kind of continuity. And she's just so thorough and so passionate about the world, and so detailed, and great with actors. She's got this really calm, centered energy about her. Yeah, I just loved working with her. I'm so excited for what she does next. I had such a great time working with both Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson. The dynamics with our characters are quite different, I would say. Initially with Tom, who I knew a little bit from drama school many years ago. We were at drama school at the same time, so that was nice already to have that shared experience. But also, his character, obviously, as everyone knows, the god of mischief. He's cheeky, he breaks the rules, and Renslayer is sort of the opposite end of the spectrum. She's very sort of straight and steady, and she respects the rules and authority, and she is the authority. So when they first meet, it's kind of a fun sort of clash, personality clash, because he doesn't have any of his powers at his disposal. She's not used to anyone being so disrespectful towards her, and so that was really fun to play in the courtroom. And then in terms of Owen's character, Mobius, that's a slightly different dynamic, and was really fun to work on, because Ravonna and Mobius have a sort of long-standing friendship. They've worked together for many years, and I think she has a bit of a soft spot for him in her heart. But she's also very professional. She's worked her way up the ladder, and she's not going to let anything compromise where she's got to in her career. So but he is still able to kind of charm her and, you know, sort of disarm her in a way that, you know, she probably allows him to get away with a bit more than she would any of the other agents in the TVA. So it's fun because it gives us a chance to show sort of the public and private sides of Ravonna, you know, her sort of more professional facade that she uses, you know, in the TVA, but then in her office, when she's sort of unwinding, you know, after a long, difficult day and sort of chatting with Mobius, we get to see a more relaxed side to her and, you know, maybe even a bit of a sense of humor. So that's kind of fun. The sets on the show were amazing and they were so detailed. I have to say, the production design, it was just like sort of having looked at some of the imagery and the concept art, and then to step onto the sets, it's like stepping into the drawing. I mean, it was so transformative. And, you know, especially Renslayer's office, my character's office, you know, with the timekeepers, you know, the statues of the timekeepers and the big desk and the drinks cabinet and the reel-to-reel tape player, you know, that essence of that sort of 50s modern style, almost Mad Men-esque tone to her world, but obviously with a TVA twist, you know. And then some of the other sets, I mean, and sets that I didn't even get to act on, but I just sort of peeked at, you know, for other scenes and other places where the show goes. They're just such a big scope and scale to them, which is really exciting.